Hi, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about my personal journey that I went from indicators to price action to things that I didn't know I needed to fix. Now, this is an hour-long video. Be sure to take notes. A lot of the students had a lot of aha moments in this where they actually email us still today telling us that this is exactly the journey they're going through themselves. So have a look and reach out to us if there's any questions. Let's get started. Welcome, guys. Welcome. It's good to have all of you guys in here. We got 666 people into this room. Okay, so we got a lot of people in this room today. And for those of you guys who do not know me, or if it's your first time here, welcome to the Urban Forex webinars. We do this once every few weeks. Basically, my name is Naveen Prithiani. I am the senior trader at forexwatchers.com and your mentor and host here at urbanforex.com. So Urban Forex, for those of you who do not know, is a platform where we try to raise the education level beyond the traditional education, okay? Traditional education doesn't work. That's why the odds in the markets are 95:5, right? So now, as we get started here today, the whole topic is about what I personally learned as I got into trading, because I started off with indicators, okay? And indicators taught me very, very valuable lessons along the way. How many of you guys here actually had a journey through indicators? Okay, how many of you guys here had a journey through indicators? Okay, you can write down indicators or price action if you just started directly with price action, or some of you guys who had a journey beginning with indicators. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So tons of people, right? Lots of people saying, yeah, me. Some people saying Bollinger Bands, lots of indicators, some saying price action. Yeah, absolutely. So now indicators, in one way or the other, is actually trying to do what we're trying to do, right? Now, when I started off trading, years and years ago, as you can see all this white hair now, years and years and years ago when I started trading, indicators was the hottest thing. And since I didn't know how to trade, I was looking for, well, what's the hottest indicator? And people kept talking about, MACDs, stochastics, moving averages, exponential moving averages, Bollinger Bands, pivot points, you name it, you name it. I've been through so many indicators. It's incredible. It's incredible. And my whole journey basically went into which indicator is perfect for me. So I'd do a few indicators, get my chart ready, and then it would work perfectly. After it would work perfectly, the next day, the same method, everything the same, it would lose. And then I would ask the question in forums and stuff, because I was part of all these forums and communities. I would ask the question, hey, how come it didn't work? Oh, because you are using only one indicator. You need to get a filter. Okay, so what should I do for a filter? Use this indicator as a filter. If only when these two things align, only then you trade. Okay? It's only then you trade. Okay. 6 months fast forward down the line, my screen was full of indicators because I'm filtering the hell out of it. I'm sitting there almost going crazy, like, how many filters need to apply for me to get this ready time and time again? Time and time again. My room used to be full of papers like this, where it's like a bunch of little papers where I'm just drawing, taking notes, drawing, taking notes, drawing, taking notes. Oh, that doesn't work. Throw it away. That one doesn't work. Throw it away. I look like a mad scientist. My friends used to come over to my house and like, what are you doing, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to read the charts. And they're like, what charts? I don't see anything. I just see lines all over the place. So, but as bad as it was going through indicators, it taught me very valuable lessons. Very, very valuable lessons. And that's something I want to share with you guys here today, because I think the idea is whenever we learn something, whether it's on the internet or from a book or from the library, we tend to we tend to knock down the things that are not good for us, and we say, oh, I hate that thing. Remember, you can't learn without knowing what is wrong. Okay? You can't run without learning how to fall. You don't just get up and suddenly start running because there's a professional runner who's training you as a child. It doesn't work like that. You got to learn to walk. You got to learn to fall and be like, oh, well, that guy who's teaching me how to walk doesn't work. Doesn't work. But I got it. I learned something. So the same thing happened to me with the indicators is I got to learn something. Okay? I got to learn something. And for this whole process is the reason why I created the pro trading strategy, which is one of the internet's most powerful strategies out there. It's very, very highly viewed, very highly rated, and people have lots of great progress with that. But still, it wasn't cutting it for me. Okay, how many of you guys here actually know your pro trading, know the pro trading strategy? This was like back in 2015 or 2016. How many of you guys heard of pro trading strategy? Okay. Yeah, there you go. So it was a very, very old strategy I had created based on some concepts of price action that I was trying to understand, but a mixture of indicators because I was pro at indicators at that time. That's who I was, right? Because that's where I spent all my energy and time because that's all I knew. That's all I knew. You can't blame me for not knowing more if that's all I knew, right? So I started my journey through the indicator path. And it took me a very, very long time to just understand one simple thing. Prices move, and after the price, the indicator moves because it needs to follow something. And after the indicator moves, I look at it, I make a decision, and then I enter. The distance between the buyers and sellers as when the price is moving and when I am entering, okay, the difference between when it is moving and I am entering is massive. It's massive. Okay. And then I started to realize, hey, this is not right for me. This is not the thing to do. Okay. This cannot work because I am always too late. I am always very, very late. Right? How many of you guys had that issue where it finally made sense to you? Like, why am I doing this? It doesn't make any sense. It's like someone saying, you know what, you can join my signal service and I'm going to say, I'm going to read the markets. I'm going to learn how to do the buy. And then when I do the buy, I will tell you that I do the buy and then you can do the buy. Isn't that stupid? Right? It doesn't make sense. So the whole journey of every single trader in the market is how do I get closer and closer to the price? How do I get closer and closer to the price? Right? And as you guys are getting closer to the price, you're starting to realize, what's the point of having indicators at all? What's the point of having indicators at all? So this whole journey taught me a very valuable lesson is I can't rely on something to help me read price. I can't rely on a signal service to help me trade. I need to dig into this myself. Okay? So, and this moment of clarity only came to me 4 years into the market. 4 years I've wasted into the market trying to get indicators down to perfection. I've tried systems, strategies, automated robots, you name it. I've gone through all that, but it took me 4 years until one day it just clicked. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? This doesn't make any sense. Okay? How many of you guys can relate and understand that, yeah, it's time that you've wasted as well, right? It's time that we've wasted as well, right? Okay? Yeah. So, and Boris, that's a very nice thing that you're saying. It's actually correct way to look at it. It's not time wasted, but well invested. Okay? It's not time wasted, but well invested. So, sorry about that. So, going through these feelings of, okay, so now I've come to a conclusion, 4 years down the line, indicators don't work. Now that indicators don't work, I feel even more lost. If indicators don't work, I spent 4 years of my life trying to figure that out. But I'm now thinking more logically. I'm like, how can this work? I'm always not getting in correctly. Then I approach price action. At this stage, I'm learning everything that there is about price action. I'm buying every single book there is to buy. I'm looking up every single mentor there is to look up. And I'm trying to figure out what is there to do. And how many of you guys with price action start to understand this one thing? Price action also, when I trade, sometimes it works perfectly. And then there are times when I trade, it doesn't work. I've got rid of the indicator. I don't need indicators anymore. But even now, with price action, I'm getting similar results as if I'm trading an indicator. I thought price action was the way out. Further, fast forward a few years more down the line, I started understanding one concept, just one simple concept. I know Forex is 24 hours. That's why I joined it, because I wanted to do it when I'm not working. But unfortunately, I cannot trade 24 hours. A very simple thing. Now, the next phase of my whole thing is understanding, okay, so time of day is very important for me. I can't just trade anytime. I can't just trade, I'm in the Forex market and, we can trade whenever we want, however we want, from the swimming pool, from the space shuttle, underneath a cow. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. As much as YouTube is banging this information out that is 24 hours, look at me sitting like this and $4,000 on my screen. I've never seen anyone do that. It doesn't work like that. All those people are just hype, just next. So it doesn't unfortunately work like that, because I was thinking like that too. And that's what attracted me to Forex. Long time. That's what attracted me. And after hard studies and the rough truth, I found out, unfortunately, it's not like that. Yeah, you can't trade underneath a cow. You gotta sit there and you gotta work, right? You gotta put in the work in there, right? So now fast forward a little bit more. So indicators give me weird mixed results. I came to price action. Price action still gave me weird results. Sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, what else did I need to know? Oh, time of day. Okay, I can't just trade any time. I need to be trading when the big boys are present. Okay, interesting. So now my price action is getting a little bit better, but I'm still getting results that are like swaying like this. It's up and down. Why does it work fantastically certain times and doesn't work fantastically certain times? Is because no one ever taught me one simple thing. When do you not trade? I never understood that for a very long time. I'm saying 6 to 7 years down the line, I didn't have anyone teach me this one thing. Everyone's telling me what to do. Every mentor told me what to do. Every book told me what to do. But not one educational system or service told me, and here is when you stop and you just wait for a week or 2 weeks and then get ready again. Not one. And that was a very big turning point for me of like, wait a minute. So if I trade exactly the same way, it won't work certain times. It won't work certain times because I'm doing the same thing over and over again every single time. That hit me hard too. Like, whoa, okay, I can't believe I didn't notice that, or it was staring me at the face, because I thought trading is like a job. You wake up, do your 9 to 5, make the money, and go out there and buy some Rolls Royce. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Wake up, go to the markets, extract $1 million, and then go outside and be like, today I will buy the blue helicopter. Isn't that why everyone's joining Forex? Because they're thinking, I'll just click a green button or a red button and then I'll go outside and I'll go shopping. Louis Vuitton, here I come. Right? So this is the whole perception of what's going on in the markets over and over and over again, over and over and over again. It's just this concept of it's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. Only those of you who've been in this market for more than 6 months, at least 6 months, can truly say, unfortunately, it's not like that. With your heads down, unfortunately, it's not like that. We know the ugly truth. We got sucked in through indicators, got sucked into price action, but we're learning. It's a learning curve. It's okay. It's okay. It's a learning curve, and you get better and better and better. And this is why when I was so fed up with this whole thing, this is why I built Urban Forex. I'm like, you know what? This is so irritating. I can't find proper information everywhere. Consolidate it, put it in one place. Put it in one place. Here we go. And there Urban Forex was born. It's like, here we go. Okay, let's take all of this crap, clean it up a little bit, and then saying, here we are. Here we are. Okay? So this is the whole journey that I have taken. So indicators had taught me one thing: to think outside the box. Okay? Because when I went to price action, I didn't say, this is it, baby. That's it. Now we make the millions and we go buy that blue helicopter or that red Ferrari, right? This is it, baby. This is it. It taught me to think, could this be wrong? Why is this wrong? What do I need to do? This helped me to open my mind a little bit. And that helps a lot in trading because you cannot be fixated. You cannot be fixated. So that helped me to think outside the box. And as I went through the journey, went into price action, and then I figured out time of day is very important. Then this little thing was getting to me. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. And okay, let me know when the screen sharing comes up. And I'm going to keep the camera here. I'll do it like this. Okay. You know, can you see my circle? Excellent. So now I'm going through this process, right? I'm getting pushed into this forcefully. I'm getting pushed into the market of like, this doesn't work. It's not working for me. What works? Because that's the answer for me. I'm blue helicopter. Please wait. I'll be there soon. Please wait. Right now, I need to learn this thing properly, right? So then I'm getting back to my senses. I'm like, forget the blue helicopter. Focus, focus what's going on. All right. So then comes to the next stage of my life. As going from indicators to price action to time of day, the next stage comes to my life is this thing. The markets are going up, pulling back, going up, pulling back, going up. And I can see it's a buy, and I know price action tells me support and resistance is a buy. As support and resistance is coming, I'm preparing for buys. When I see seniors, professionals are preparing to load up on the sells. And I didn't understand that for the longest time. Why are they selling if I am buying? But the concept was very simple. For me to do the buy, someone must be willing to sell it to me. Okay? Again, 7 years into the market, like 5, 6, 7 years into the market, the basics are being taught into my brain again. The basics of like, wait, yeah, you're pro with indicators, good for you. You're pro with price action, good for you. Do you know why the markets move? What? Why? What? How can I not know this? I've been here for 7 years. My ego was telling me, there's no way. You were going to tell me? I already know. Unfortunately, I didn't know. I didn't know that I am now buying when everybody is buying. The question comes is, then who is selling? Who am I buying it from? And every time I buy, my expectation is prices need to go higher for me to make a profit. Only if it goes higher do I make some money. So he's buying, she's buying, I'm buying, then who's selling? If everybody's buying and we're going in an uptrend, then who's selling? Okay. So then I started arguing with it. No, that's so stupid. That's so one-way thinking. That's not a correct way of thinking, because you might be buying, and someone from a different time frame might be selling. Okay, I understand that. So then why, if I say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to look at this buy, I'm going to focus on this sell because he seems to be bigger, right? He seems to be a bigger guy. So I'm going to work with the big boys. I'm going to do what they do. All I had to do is go up another time frame, and the story went to like this. Okay. Again, what is this? Now he's the big boy. He's the buyer. So what do I do? Do I do the buy? Do I do the sell? But one thing matters. In this whole process, there is people buying, there is people selling. So the idea is, if everybody is buying, then who's selling to you? Okay, I get that. But how is that possible if any given point in the market, there is no such thing as everybody's buying? There are people selling, there are people buying simultaneously. But then I started to realize one thing that started to stick out. Moments like these. When a moment like that comes, sellers are stopping out, they're losing control. Buyers are getting greedy and they're looking to buy. And sellers who are stopping out, they're getting their sell. To close a sell, it needs to be a buy, right? For the stop loss. To close a sell needs to be a buy. Close a sell needs to be a buy. Now, I started to understand there are moments in the market where the market lines up to a singularity thought process. There are times in the market where all the players think very alike. How many of you guys here understand what I'm talking about so far? Are you guys following along? I'm taking you through indicators all the way down of every aha moment I've had leading up till now. I'm taking you through the aha journey, basically. So I started looking at this as, okay, I can't focus on the big boy, because if I am a 5-minute trader, I trade on the 5-minute chart. The big boy for me is 15-minute. But then Sally will come to me and says, Naveen, you trading 15-minute for a buy? I'm actually doing that for a sell because I'm trading on the 60-minute. Then Bob comes along, says, 60, you're doing a sell? Dude, it's sideways because I'm from the 4-hour time frame. And then it suddenly goes up to the yearly. How many big boys do you need? You go up to the yearly, what's next? The market never existed. You're going to look at the stars? What are you going to do? You're going to start reading astrology and try to figure out, what will the next life do? What's the next generation going to do? Are they going to buy or sell? So I'm like, okay, that's messy too. That's very messy too. I can't just keep going up a time frame until time frames run out, right? Okay, because there's not enough time frames to keep going up. It's just going to become a whole big mess. How many of you guys understand that mess and have that experience of, you know what, if I go up one more time frame, things change. If I go up one more time frame, things change. Right? Understand? Yes or no? How many of you guys feel like that? Exactly, right? So it's a big mess. So I get time frames can help me, but you bring in too many time frames, I'm going to get confused. Time frames also don't work. I understand it, but they are not the key. It's a big mess. They are not the key. So then, wait a minute. Let's rewind. So indicators are not the key. Price action, not the key. Okay? I can't trade 24 hours a day, not the key. All right. I can't just hit a buy in one single trade and I can't just go buy the blue helicopter I wanted. Not the key. Better yet, I can't even buy a picture of the blue helicopter because the trades are not working out. So that's obviously not working, right? Right? Sometimes you need the hard truth, so you're like, what do I need to do to get this right? What do I need to do to get this right? So let's put all this information together. When I trade indicators, sometimes it's perfect, but sometimes it's not. Next, when I do price action, sometimes it's absolutely perfect, sometimes it's not. Next, when I trade certain times of days, it's working absolutely perfect, sometimes it's not. Next, now we are coming to a conclusion of time frames. I understand the logic of time frames, but I can't keep going up a time frame until I run out of my charts. And then I start looking at the stars and be like, I wonder what the big God is saying. I wonder if God wants to sell. Like, sooner or later, I'm going to get lost in this whole mess of so next, time frame is not the answer as well. Following the big boy is not the answer as well. What I came to conclusion always that stuck by my side is only one thing in the whole thing, which I always talk about for everybody, is what happens with the money spot. What happens with the money spot? Okay, how? I'm going to explain. Right? I'm going to explain here. So let's take a look at this chart one more time. Okay, let's take a look at this chart one more time. I'm going to draw a circle. Let me know when you guys can see the circle so I know how big the lag is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 seconds delay. All right, fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, there can be a little bit lag. That's fine, as long as you guys can hear me and get the concepts. That's what I'm more concerned about. So, all right. So going through this journey, fast forward down to the future. Okay, getting closer to present day, and we're like, okay, everything is going fine. Learning step by step, going through the hardships, whatever it may take. We're here. We're gonna conquer. We're gonna move forward. Right. That's the attitude that keeps pulling us forward. Now, so when we see this whole situation, there is a seller, big boy. On a smaller time frame, there are buyers. Okay? Because a lower low, lower high is a downtrend, and a higher high, higher low is an uptrend. So for the smaller guys, on whatever time frame it is, they're looking at this as an uptrend with their moving averages. For the higher time frame, they're looking at this as a downtrend with their moving averages. Okay, let's say those indicator guys are here as well, and that's fine. Now, every time they do a sell, it works. They do a sell, it works. They do a sell, oh, it didn't work. Okay. I need to figure out this part here. Up until this part, I can follow my normal strategy rules of what do I need to do to continue? What do I need to do to continue for the downtrend? But when I reach this zone here is when I need to figure out, why does it not work at that stage? What is missing in my education that cannot figure that piece out? Does that mean it becomes a buy? No, it doesn't mean become a buyer. You need to figure out, why does that moment it stop? So that my journey then began that way. Okay, it began that way. It's like, up until this point, there's nothing wrong with the way I'm trading. It just goes out of control here. Okay? It just goes out of control here, which means for the average person, okay, listen very carefully. With the average person, here he will make $100, okay, profit. Wow, that's very great. That's awesome, man. Here he'll make $200 because he feels I got this. There is no one better than me. I never make a loss in my life. Okay? People start standing up and start claiming stuff like that. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm a pro. I never lose money. And then it comes to this stage when, because they're trading bigger and bigger, now they lose 500. Now the frustration is purely anger. I was doing so well. Everything was working so fine. Why did I lose money? Maybe it's my money management. Maybe it's my money management. How many of you guys come to that conclusion of maybe it's my money management that's wrong? I just shouldn't have traded at that time. I should know better. How do you know to know better? How do you know it's the money management and not the way you're reading it? Comes back to that same principle of, do you know when not to trade? Yes or no? Do you guys agree that that final question is the true answer? Yeah? Do you know when not to trade? And if that question is not answered, then you will forever be in this circle, whether it's through indicators, through price action, or through a strategy. You will always be stuck in this circle of I'm making money, losing it all. Making money, losing it all. Making money, losing it all. And in this process, I've changed 4 brokers, 10 mentors, 4 courses, 2 strategies. And when you look back at your life, you're like, what have I done? What was the point of all this? I didn't get anywhere. You know, my spouse is screaming at me like, dude, what are you doing with your life? Come on, go get a job at least. Make some money. What are you doing? Stop wasting time. But you're like, no, I thought I had it, but it was working just fine for a few weeks and then it just got me. But I don't know what happened. Right? You guys have that, feeling? So then you have to come back to the senses of, instead of trying to solve the issue by switching, always just changing, where's the golden key? Where's the golden nugget? You don't answer the question of, when do I not trade? When do I not trade? The whole journey, eventually, if you're conscious enough, will bring you to this ultimate question. The whole journey will bring you to this ultimate question. Okay? Whether you're coming in through, again, through indicators or price action or through strategies or, different mentors, it brings you down to this piece. So now the search begins. To look for that answer. Okay, let me write this down here. All right, here we go. Okay, and I threw in some exclamation marks in there because it's a very irritating topic. Right? It's taken a lot of money because as it approaches there, right? Okay, as it approaches there, we're always looking at it as the markets are going down and down and down. Can everyone see this blue color, or do you want me to stick to black? I'm not sure. Sometimes the blue is not so visible. Okay. All right. I'll just switch to black regardless. Okay. So the markets are going down, down, and down, right? They're going down, down, and down. Now, as the markets go up here, according to the whole market view, it's still a sell. It's still a sell. It's still a sell. because my MAs are still down, it's a sell. Price action traders, of course it's a sell. Do you not see the range? Are you a nimbus? It's a range. It's a sell. It's still a sell. It's still a sell. It's still a sell. Okay. Maybe it's a faker. Maybe it's a faker. I knew it's a faker. I knew it's a faker. Okay. And then ego begins of, I know what the markets are going to do. So let me put as much money as I can behind this word. I know. Okay. So I knew it was a faker. Did you not see my post 3 years ago that I said the markets will sell? And here we go. The markets do this. Oh, I guess it's not a sell. So if it's not a sell, wait, why is it not a sell? I got stopped out here. Now it starts going up. Strange. Okay. So it's not a sell, it's a buy. It's a buy. It's a buy. We're not sure. Okay. Sorry, I should move this aside a little bit. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, perfect. I can move it aside. So I'm not sure yet if it's a buy, but this thing happens. Maybe it's going to come back down. Not sure. But this thing happens. Suddenly, a shock happens in the market. That shock aligns the entire market to a singular mentality. The sellers become buyers, and the buyers who were thinking of buying become buyers. Now the market starts to turn. And all the MAs that were coming down start to turn. All the Bollinger Bands start to turn. All the MACDs start to turn. All the price action traders start to turn. Now the buying begins. There's a nice pullback or a range trade, and people buy. Yeah, baby. Did you see how much money I made? Very good. It gets up to there. Market does this. People who made money load up, saying, I made money before, I'll make money again. Watch me. It's going. Oh yeah, fantastic. It keeps going. I'm not going to remove any money because I know it's going to keep going. I'm in the right direction. Whoa. What is that? It's weird. Okay, I'm going to scratch my trade. I'm going to get out of this trade. It's a buy. Buys activate, reactivate again because we were in the right direction. Why did I close my trade? I re-entered. So everything that's happening is this stage to this stage. So it starts off with an initial phase of make the money, be satisfied. And the next stage comes in is, will it still work because you're buying so late? Will it still work because you're buying so late? So this phase needs to be perfected. How can I understand this phase so well that I don't get caught into this mess where I make the money first and then I go bigger on the next trade and then I lose it all? And then when this trade goes sideways a bit and it starts to go up again, let me clear this out. And now I'm going to change color so you guys can see the next phase. Okay. It goes sideways a bit and then it starts to go up again. And we're like, oh, that's it. It is going for a buy. You hit the buy, bigger possibly this time. Now you're trading even bigger size because you're trying to make up for the losses. And then it does this. It drops on you and stops you out. And you're wondering what just happened. How come this can happen to me? While you're processing that information, oh my God, I can't believe I lost money. It's actually a sell. And once again, The transition goes from there to here. You are now selling in this phase where you might make some money the first time around, but then the second time around, the story can shift, but you cannot pick up on the shift that's happening because you're stuck in that last loop again of, should I not be trading anymore for this particular pair? And this happens all the time. There's two phases, one phase here and the next phase of death. One phase of profit, the next phase of death, because people aren't able to catch a turn properly. Right? You guys understand that? It's like, have you ever been spying on my laptop? Right? So once I was able to figure this out into my journey, I took some time off. You know, I sat down and I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was with some friends, or I just sat down during my meditation, and I remember thinking about this, that if this is happening time and time again, that means I need to get into the market sooner, so I can get away from that last wave of deception. So if I need to get into the market sooner, that means I'm now playing with ranges and counter trends. What are the odds of me trying to approach the market in a way no one else approaches it? Everyone says if it's a buyer's market, you don't do anything but you do the buys. You trend follow. The trend is your friend, and that's that. But he's been my friend for so many years. He's never given me money. It's like, what kind of friend is this? You know, what kind of friend is this? So you start getting irritated. Like, okay, I get the trend is your friend, but he doesn't pay. All right. So you start working with these logics of, what does this mean? Where do I sit in this entire story of how trading is operating? And what does that mean for me? How can I get better at this? Not how can I perfect my indicator, not how can I perfect my price action, is whatever I'm doing that works perfectly sometimes, how do I know when to stop and wait and then re-enter at a much later stage because I know it's brand new all over again? Okay. All right. So quick question here. How many of you guys have solved that problem? How many of you guys feel you have solved that problem? Okay. And be blunt and honest. How many of you guys feel you are still having problems with that situation? If you're having problems with that situation, you need to be purely honest with yourself and sit down one day and take a look at your chart where you've entered and exit, and look at it from a whole month's perspective, from a whole month, and be like, do I notice I'm always getting in at the wrong times? I'm always getting in at the wrong times. It's almost like I hit the buy and I have a loss. I hit the sell and I have a loss. So I'm hitting any trade I hit, I get a loss. So the answer must be, I just need to do the opposite of what I'm doing. How many of you guys come with that wonderful, brilliant idea? I just need to do the opposite of what I'm doing and I will make money because I'm just unlucky. Okay. How many of you guys here feel that is the solution? Or we've been thinking like that is a solution? Because I have long time ago. I used to think, oh, maybe that's the solution. I will just hire a programmer and I will tell the programmer, can you find a way to just do the opposite of what I'm doing? Because that guy is going to be rich. Right? So you start thinking of weird solutions like that. Like I just got to do the opposite. Right? Unfortunately, that is also not the answer. Because I've been there, done that. I've got a programmer to do it. Doesn't work also. So then you have no choice but to get in there and solve that problem. You have to get in there and solve that problem. Okay? And what I want to leave you guys with in this webinar is I want you to truly understand in this whole cycle of how you're trading, if you can spot it on a chart and you say, okay, I've entered here, I've entered here, I've entered here, but those last 3 trades I've lost. I've sold here, I've sold here, I've sold here, but the last 3 trades I've lost. Why am I losing in these moments? What is the common thing that keeps repeating? Okay. Now, in our courses, we obviously teach all this stuff, but I want you guys, before even going into my courses, I want you guys to purely just sit down one day and think about it, saying, I actually have this problem. I actually know that this is where the mistake is happening. How do I rectify this? And think about it. Can I rectify it? Is there a way to rectify it? And begin the search from there. You will have much better results. Do not begin the search by saying, I just need a better strategy. I just need a better mentor. I just need a better indicator. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That search is endless. That search is endless. Okay? So let me get this out of the way. All right. All right. So as we wrap up, how many of you guys feel you guys are in this journey right now? In this journey right now. You've gone through the indicators, you've gone through the price action. You're just at that stage of, man, I'm so close, but I'm not profitable. I'm so close. I can feel it because sometimes when I trade, it's so good, it's so perfect. But then there are times when I trade, I just feel I'm not good enough. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Maybe it's my money management. Maybe I'm too greedy. Maybe I'm too fearful. Something is wrong with me. Okay? There's nothing wrong with you. There's a little bit of an educational gap at that last part. If you fix that educational gap, things will change for you very quickly. Things will change for you very quickly. And I want you to dwell on this situation of how close you are. How close you are. Because it is with that understanding, you will know what needs to be changed. What needs to be changed. Okay? So I want you guys tonight, whenever you guys do your meditation, or tomorrow morning when you guys do your meditation, or whenever you guys are just spending time alone in the shower or something like that, just think. Ask yourself one question. Why am I trading? And if I'm trading to be good and make some serious money that people working cannot make, then I need to be a lot better than what I am doing right now. I can't take it easy. I need to be a lot better than where I am right now. And build that up inside of you. Because that's only then will your questions open up in your mind that says, okay, where can I look for the answer? Where is this part that I need to learn and study that part? Because it's not shared on the internet. No one talks about it. Everyone will just tell you what to do. Everyone will just keep telling you what to do. Or they'll tell you what they've done. Look at how much money I made. Look at how much money I made. Look at this. I said it's a sell. Look, it's a sell. I knew it. You don't know how to trade. I know how to trade. Don't listen to these people. These people are idiots. Don't listen to them. You are on this journey to become a successful trader. This journey is purely for you to understand who you are, where you are, and what part of the journey do you need to improve on. Does that make sense? Do not underestimate how strong your brain is. It's very, very powerful. Do not underestimate the power of your mind. If you just stay focused and keep going, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Now, I have a very special announcement for those of you guys who are in the Mastering Price Action course. There's a very special announcement for those of you guys who already have it. I forgot to mention it in the beginning. How many of you, I just want to find out how many of you guys here actually have the Mastering Price Action course. Here we go. Let me put it up. How many of you guys actually have the Mastering Price Action course from urbanforex.com? Okay. All right. So seems like 83%, 84%. Okay, 85%, 84%, 83%. Okay, there we go. So around the 80-ish percentage, and 19, 20% of you guys do not have it. All right. So those of you guys who have it, I just wanted to make an announcement that we are now working very hard. Okay, our teammates, Beatrice and Wilson. Beatrice and Wilson are working on this for you guys to bring you closed captioning on all the videos, which means those of you who are having a tough time with your English, you are now able to see the subtitles of whatever I speak in the videos below. You'll have that option to put it in. And going forward into the future, we're going to even add different languages. But for now, the English is going to be coming up very, very soon. So for those of you guys who kept emailing us saying, hey, English is not my first language, can you please help us by putting at least the words below the video? It is now coming. I would say within a month's time, you will start seeing it automatically released for you guys. So that was a announcement I wanted to make for you guys. So please do thank Wilson and Beatrice whenever you see them in the course, because they've put in a lot of time, effort, and work to take all of this coming out of this thing and put it into words for you guys, right? So once again, even from my end, thank you guys. You guys really put in a lot of work to get this done very, very nicely. All right, guys. Next thing, we're also going to be holding a webinar in a few weeks. There's going to be a public webinar, but we will soon be doing a 4CB webinar. For those of you guys who are in the 4-course bundle, a private webinar is coming up for you guys as well. Okay. All right, guys. So that is all the time we have for today. Again, please do not forget to think about why you are doing this. Don't just keep looking for a strategy. Don't go from one webinar to the next webinar without solving this problem. You're gonna get lost. Okay. Be more focused. Be more focused. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for coming in today. Until next time. Cheers. Bye for now.